I just watched back the video that I filmed, and I'm not going to refilm it, but we use film. It's not film. It's digital. Anyway, I'm not going to refilm it, but I start a lot of conversations with myself, and then I don't finish. It's kind of like I'm flat leaving myself. Wow, the adult ADHD really kicks in, and I don't even realize it. So if you're confused about anything that I talk about, because I never, because I start with A and then I don't finish with Z, but somewhere around M or Q, I just sort of, the adult ADHD just sort of takes over and I drift away. Go ahead and put it in the comments that I've left you hanging about something, and then we'll address it in another video, or I'll talk to you about it in the comment section. Bye. Hi, how are you? I'm going to try not to move my arms too much because every time I do that, the camera moves. I also hate the lipstick that I'm wearing because it's got my lips are stuck together. Anyway. My name is Andrea, and my channel is a mishmash of a lot of things. And the last video I put out was my 1000th video. And I said that my content might be making a shift, and it will be. Not a complete shift. I don't really like to say things with finality or like really structured definition, because I don't like when people say to me, but you said this one thing and now I'm seeing another. Also, because I was talking about a health journey, and I've talked about, I hate the word journey. Hate it. I also hate the way the shape of my ponytail came out today. I have not just third day hair, but I only really wash my hair with shampoo once a week. I get my hair wet twice a week. Let's say I wash my hair on Fridays, just for an example. And then Sunday or Monday, I take a shower every day, but I don't always get my hair wet. And then either Sunday or Monday, I will take a shower and I will just condition. Because I don't work in the coal mines, and I don't change dirty diapers, and I don't like sling hash browns at the diner. My hair doesn't get dirty. Okay. So I don't like to overwash it because I don't like to wash the natural oils out, but I do need to put conditioner in the tips, just a tip, because I will not be able to even just get like a wide tooth comb through that shit. Anyway. So I don't like the shape of my hair today because now I am 2 days past the conditioner day. So it's really due for a wash. So when I put it up in a ponytail, if I don't get that bitch right the first time, I look like Conehead the whole day. And that's what I've got going on right here. Really? Anyway. All right. So the last time I was talking about my health journey, I was talking about keto, and I had said that I was, I think 12 days, 12 pounds down, or 13 days, 12 pounds down. I know I was 12 pounds down. So right now I'm only 11 pounds down. I did pop up 1 pound. And I'll tell you exactly what happened. I caught a bitch of a cold right after I made the YouTube video. Okay. I think it was on Tuesday I caught it because I'd gone to the doctor. I'd gone for a mammogram. Remember that? All right. So I was in and out of a couple of different things because it wasn't just a mammogram. It was also a breast sonogram and a pelvic sonogram. We'll get into that another day because the heavy subjects, I can only handle so much at a time. Anyway, I did have a little bit of a scare, but now that scare is gone. So we'll talk about it another day. Anyway, so being in doctor's offices, I guess 3 or 4 different doctor's offices in the past 2 weeks, they're like fucking petri dishes. If you're going to catch anything, it's going to be when you go to the doctor, right? That's one of the reasons why I really liked my pediatrician's office, because I had separate waiting rooms for sick babies and wellness babies. Anyway, so I caught a really bad cold, and it wasn't just a 24-hour I'm sneezing kind of a thing. Oh my God. Today is the first day that I'm feeling better, and it might be because I changed up my diet, but okay, whatever. Sneezing like you wouldn't believe. These sneezes were coming from my soul. It was at shit, and the whole body was just like having a seizure, right? And then when I would sneeze and when I would cough, my rib cage was killing me because I said it on TikTok, but I didn't say it on my YouTube channel. See, that's why I'm getting so confused. I don't know where I'm putting what. On Wednesday morning, the day after my second shot, I got up and I vomited, and it was really bad. Sorry if you're eating. There was a lot of dry heaving, and it was just because there was nothing in my stomach. I hadn't eaten a full meal in like almost 2 weeks. So that was the last time I had coffee. I haven't had coffee in 5 days. I have had caffeine. Yesterday I had zero caffeine, but you know me with my half Monster, half seltzer, or half Celsius, or whatever it is. Sidebar, in the comments, if you like caffeinated drinks but you're off coffee, which that's what it is for me. I have zero taste for coffee these days, and that might change. I don't know. I do like to have a little bit of caffeine, just a little bit, and I like to sort of, excuse me, I like to like slow drip on myself throughout the day with the caffeine, you know what I mean? So this is kind of perfect, but Monsters are really not good for your liver and stuff. And so I heard that Celsius was a little bit better, but I can't buy Celsius in bulk and have the flavors that I like. The BJ's that's near me, that's like, the big box store or whatever, they only have like 24 or 32 packs of Celsius in 2 flavors that I'm not really crazy about. So if any of you drink energy drinks, and it can be a mild energy drink also. It could be like 150 milligrams instead of 200 or something like that. Let me know. Drop it down in the comments. Anyway, I might also switch over to iced coffee instead, but then all of a sudden I'm playing with heavy cream and equal and stuff like that, and just the measuring gets to be a bit much. So my ribs were killing me, and I was coughing and I was sneezing, and it just sucked. And I had like a perpetual headache and perpetual nausea. And a lot of people said it was because of the second shot. I thought it was a combination of the second shot and catching the cold of a lifetime. But I also think it had something to do with going such low carb, because I wasn't allowing myself kind of any carb. And that was something that I was very successful with in my 20s. But now that I'm 51, that might not be the safest way to go, only because I had started to get some like pain, like back, like kidney stuff. Ketogenic diet is very healthy. It's very good at regulating your insulin levels and stuff like that. But it can be very hard on your liver and your kidneys. There's no denying that. That's in every researched article or whatever, you know what I mean? So you got to be really careful. So yesterday morning, it was like the fourth morning in a row that I woke up, and not only did I feel like garbage and feel depleted, but also the scale hadn't moved, and I'm like, what the fuck? I am not eating for why? Now listen, I've been on the weight loss train many, many times. I'm a season pass holder. Okay. And I know that your body can hold on to its extra poundage, and then all of a sudden it'll have a big release. You know what I mean? But going to the bathroom had slowed down. The weight loss had come to a complete stop. I was feeling like garbage. And my son, my brilliant 18-year-old son, he's like, Mom, just please eat an orange, And he really is smart, right? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a slice of toast. And I ended up making 2 slices of toast, which was stupid. So I had 2 slices of toast with avocado and half an apple. And I was only half the way through it, because then I ended up giving the other piece of avocado toast to my husband. I was only halfway through it, and I ate the entire half of the apple. And all of a sudden, I was feeling better. Now, I don't know if that was psychosomatic. I don't know. My body was obviously craving something. Or my psyche was craving something, and there's something to be said for that, too. I'm sorry about this bright thing over here, whatever. Anyway, should I try to turn this? So at least you don't see the laundry that he's doing over there. Anyway, so felt so much better. I don't know if it was the piece of bread. I don't know if it was the avocado, although I had been giving myself avocado throughout the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. But it was my first piece of bread in 16 days, and I said to myself, you know what? That's a pretty good run. I know for a fact that I'm gluten sensitive. And I have been for a really long time. I've been gluten sensitive, even though I choose to ignore it because my food addiction takes over. I've been gluten sensitive since 2016, when I ended up getting very light, skinny, whatever. because I couldn't keep anything down, or I couldn't keep anything in. Let's say that. It was that way, not this way. Every time I would eat gluten, I would be in the bathroom for days. Not days, hours, okay? And I ended up, I got everything checked out both ways. And they didn't find anything wrong with me except for the fact that the gastroenterologist was just like, listen, maybe you're just sensitive to gluten. I don't see any lesions. I don't see any polyps. I don't see any blah, blah, blah. But if eating gluten makes you have diarrhea for 3 hours, then obviously don't eat gluten. You can live without it. And I'm just like, yeah, I know. And so I did for a little while. And then, like I said, the food addiction kicks in. So anyway, had the one piece of bread. I don't really think I need the bread anymore, unless I do gluten-free bread, which sucks ass. So I had the one piece of bread and I had the little bit of apple. And then for lunch, I had a little bit of leftover chicken breast and I ate a lot of fruit. Not a lot. A lot for me, considering the last 2.5, 3 weeks, I've been eating, it looks like, what a bird would eat. So I treated myself. I went to Stop and Shop and I got one of those big platters of pre-cut melon, watermelon, pineapple, berries, that kind of thing. So that I could just go, and I have a fork inside the platter thing. So I can just go into the fridge, lift up the lid, take a couple of bites, put it back, and then that's what I've been doing for the past 2 days. And I feel so much better. Oh my God, I feel so much better. Last night for dinner, also, my son made rice and I did not eat the rice. I made pot roast, and that's another thing. Hold on. I made pot roast, and in there I put carrots and celery and potatoes. And I had 3 little mini potatoes about that big, smaller than a mandarin. So 3 of those, and then just 3 or 4 bites of meat. But then I ate a lot of the carrots because I love cooked carrots, even though they're not keto. But they are a vegetable. They're a root vegetable, and they were cooked. I love cooked carrots. So this morning I woke up and I felt better than I have in like 2 weeks. And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to get back to the pot roast in a second. Don't worry. So then I'm thinking to myself, okay, now that I've got this medication in my system, maybe I don't need to do full-on keto, because I feel like keto is the safety net for those of us with the food addiction. Or if you don't want to say that about yourself or say that about others, I get it. It's a strong term, food addiction. If you have trouble with portion sizes and you have trouble with food cravings, keto can be a really good thing, because a very little bit of fatty, high protein food and proper fats, we're not talking about deep fried stuff, right? We're talking about, chicken thigh instead of chicken breast. We're talking about beef. We're talking about fatty salmon, that kind of thing. Okay. Just a couple of bites, which is why they talk about fat bombs too, which I'm not into. By the way, I didn't mention this in my last video. I don't do dirty keto. I don't really believe in dirty keto for myself, because all that aspartame and fake sugars and stuff like that, I know I say that as I'm drinking out. This is only a half Monster and I'm dripping it into my system. I'm not making a pineapple upside down cake with that swerve xylitol shit. I can't do that, by the way. That makes me, you talk about farting. Oh my God. Did you ever eat sugar-free jelly beans? Oh my God. I can't. So when I was in my 20s, now, not now, if I needed to drop like 2 or 3 pounds to get into a pair of jeans or a skirt or something, I would eat some sugar-free jelly beans. I'd be in the bathroom all night long. That was my laxative. It's bad. I never said that I was going to sugarcoat shit in this channel, especially because we're trying to go low carb. But anyway, where the hell was I? Oh, I'm feeling like, because I've got this medication in my system that does curb my appetite quite a bit, maybe I can do more of a low cal instead of a low carb thing. Maybe. Or at least just allow fruits and vegetables at my leisure. I'm not into bananas. I'm not into the high sugar fruits anyway. Okay. I love apples. I love grapefruit. I've got 2 grapefruit over there. I'm probably going to have a half a grapefruit for lunch with a little chicken or something like that. But I think it might be more of a paleo thing, because paleo is kind of meats and then fruits and vegetables and no grains kind of a thing. And I think paleo is no potatoes. I'm not sure. I never really looked up paleo, but I know that it's kind of like Whole Foods. Like each dish is only supposed to have like, 3 ingredients in it or something like that. So I might be adopting a little bit more of that kind of a lifestyle. I'm not saying that it's going to be completely non-keto, but I think I need to allow myself fruits and vegetables in my ripe old age. I think that maybe my urinary system, which is your kidneys and your bladder, stuff like that, I think that I shouldn't necessarily do zero carb. I think that might be, I'm just going to try something. I'm going to try meats and maybe nuts, but I have a little diverticulitis thing from about 10 years ago, so I got to be careful about the nuts, and then fruits and vegetables. So anyway, that's what I had for breakfast this morning. I had chicken, leftover, very clean Chinese food chicken, because I ordered Chinese food on Saturday night. I say they because it's my kids and my husband. And I had them just do some steamed chicken. I'm doing this. I don't know why. And so I had that mixed up with some sauteed vegetables. That was my breakfast because I like to eat dinner for breakfast. I always have. And I love to have brinner, which is breakfast for dinner. Anyway, so I think that's going to be the direction that I try to go in this week. I'm a little nervous because tomorrow is my 3rd shot. And I'm a little nervous that if I take that 3rd shot, then Wednesday morning I'm going to throw up. But you know what? That's okay because I'm still 11 pounds down. By the way, that's what I was going to say. I ate all that fruit and that piece of bread yesterday and then the 3 little potatoes for dinner last night. And I am up a pound. But I did go to the bathroom. So still down 11 pounds in 17 days. That still ain't bad. But I would really like to see another little drop on the scale. Because that's probably what my doctor's looking for also, is the documentation. He knows that, you can be, like I said in my last video, size 4 and 138 pounds. And then the BMI scale is fucked, right? But it really is a good gauge about what you're doing from day to day and if it's the right thing or not. Weighing yourself, I mean. Sorry, I had to cough. So, now getting back to the pot roast. I decide that this is the weirdest thing. I decide that I'm going to make pot roast for dinner. Because we were like, we're getting sick of chicken. We ordered out last night. My husband doesn't like pork. Nobody was in the mood for fish because I was really in the mood for salmon, but nobody else was in the mood for it. So whatever, majority rules, right? So I was like, okay, we can go with beef, but I'm really sick of burger. Like I've been having a lot of burger. I had made a bunch of burgers on the grill with no breadcrumbs or anything like that, so that it was completely keto. Just a little bit of everything but the bagel seasoning, which I don't know if that has any calories or not because it doesn't say anything on the label. Anyway. And then I was just eating them cold or just warmed up from the fridge for like a week and a half. I'm sick of burger. So they were just like, well, how else would we eat the meat? And I'm just like, let me just make some pot roast and I'll eat around the, anything that I put that bad in there, which I ended up not putting anything bad in there. And so I'm like, okay, but I have to go to the store and buy it, right? So me and my husband, Larry, and my son, Austin, we walk out the door and on my front stoop, and I'll put a picture right here, is a brand new Instant Pot. In the box, not in an external Amazon box, but had a big old sticker on the front from Amazon Fulfillment Center for Andrea Santoro with my address. And I was like, what? Huh? Because I have a crock pot. But this is an Instant Pot. Now, I've heard lovely things about the Instant Pot, especially this one, because it can be both a pressure cooker and a slow cooker and a air fryer. It says 13 in 1. I have no idea. I haven't read the book yet. I watched 2 videos and I was overwhelmed already, right? Anyway, so I bring it inside and I take a picture of it and I throw it up on social media and I'm just like, who's the freak that sent me an Instant Pot? Because I have no idea who this is from. I'm on my phone and I go on my Amazon history. It's not there. And then I'm going in my emails. I'm like, I didn't buy this. Like I didn't drunk buy from Amazon at 2 o'clock in the morning or anything like that, right? So I'm thinking, because my son loves to cook, I'm like, maybe that son of a bitch I just called myself a bitch, but you know what I mean. Maybe that son of a bitch put this in the Amazon cart and just hit the go button because we trust our kids like that. Because they always ask, can I hit the go button on the Amazon cart? That kind of thing. So he's like, no, I swear I didn't do it. I'm like, that's so weird. So we're on our way to the store. I bring the thing inside. I'm not even going to unbox it because I have no idea. I'm still in shock, right? Because this thing is worth $200. $200 just plopped on my doorstep. So I'm getting no feedback from my Facebook post. Not no feedback. Everybody was just like, oh, lucky you, whatever. And so I text my mother. I'm just like, what did you do? You know, and I showed her the picture and she was just like, that wasn't me. So I text my brother. I'm just like, brother, did you send me an Instant Pot? He's just like, no, but I'll take the credit. I'm like, Jesus Christ. My other brother texts me and says, I wish I had known that you were in the market for an Instant Pot. I would have given you mine because we used ours 5 times and then we never used it again. And I'm just like, no, I don't necessarily want the Instant Pot. I mean, I do. I wasn't like actively looking for one, but somebody plopped one on my stoop. Yes, I am intermittently pausing so I can cough because I'm still dealing with the cough anyway. So I still have no idea who sent me this thing. So if it was somebody who watches my YouTube videos, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I'm going to do a little bit of homework today. I've already applied to 2 jobs today. I'm going to do a little bit of homework today, and then I'm going to go on the Instant Pot rabbit hole, or dive into the Instant Pot rabbit hole of recipes. Try to find some lower carb recipes, then head my ass over to the grocery store and buy some stuff and cook some shit in that fucking Instant Pot. Everybody who has one says that they're madly in love with it. The thing is huge. It's the size of a couch, and I have no room for it in my kitchen. So what I think I'm going to do is my husband bought me a crock pot last year that is enormous. So what I might do is, and I hate to give up that one, but it is huge. It's actually bigger than the Instant Pot. So what I might do is I might use the Instant Pot as a slow cooker for a couple of times, and then maybe we'll put it in our storage unit, because we do have a storage unit in our apartment complex. The old one, in other words. But for now, that was my cup on the table, sorry. For now, my counter is really full, and I'm looking forward to using it for air frying because I love wings. Like, I love wings. And everybody who does like a low carb lifestyle usually incorporates wings in there because buffalo sauce can be very low carbohydrate. You mix a little bit of butter, a little bit of Frank's Red Hot, and then you just drizzle it on some really super crispy wings. I can't stand wings that aren't done. They need to be like dead jerky for me to love them. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to trying wings. In fact, I might just do that tonight. I'm looking forward to, now I won't be eating this unless I do it with cauliflower, but I found a mac and cheese recipe that you could, I would assume you could just put in some lightly steamed cauliflower and then you could steam shit so easy because you sort of use the air frying thing, but you put a little bit of water in the bottom and it steams the shit like instantly because I love steamed broccoli. I love roasted broccoli too, and I'm looking forward to roasting broccoli in that thing. I've always been afraid of pressure cookers. My husband and I have bought 2 in the 25 years that we've been together, and both times we were too afraid to use it. We used it like once or twice each time, and we're like, no, let's throw this thing away. But look at this thing. We were like, no, let's throw this thing away because it's too scary. So at least with the Instant Pot, you know that it can't unlatch. There's like all kinds of locking mechanisms in this thing, right? And it also tells you if you don't have the right insert in there and stuff like that. So here's my big bowl of fruit that I got. And there's the Instant Pot, not Instapot. I don't know where I get Instapot from. And there's the ice maker that I absolutely love. But if this is going to live here, like this is it for counter space. This is the giant slow cooker. This is bigger than this thing. Oh my God. I can't wait to try it. I think the first thing I'm going to do is cauliflower mac and cheese. I'm pretty sure. And what I'm going to do is, I told you, I'm going to blanch, like literally so fast, because I want there to be a little bit of crunch, the cauliflower, and then I'll make plain noodles on the side, and then I'll just make the cheese sauce in this bitch so that my kids can have mac and cheese, and I have cauli and cheese. So anyway, I don't know if I'm going to keep my ice maker now, because there's just no room. There's no room for anything. There's a Scentsy warmer. Yay, bye. Whomever sent it to me. And if I never get to thank them personally, I'm just going to put this gratitude out into the universe. Thank you so much. I've been on social media for a long time. I was on Facebook right away from the get-go. And I've always put sort of everything out there. I'm not somebody who posts like, I'm stuck in the bathroom without toilet paper, but I'm also not somebody who posts every time I buy a pair of shoes. More coughing. But I do put out the big stuff usually. I post a little bit less than I used to. The novelty has worn off a little bit. And also I like to respect my children's and my husband's privacy, and I am their mother, so that is so much of my life that sometimes it's not appropriate for me to post everything that's going on with my kids and my husband, because they also have social media and they have bosses and teachers that follow each other on social media and follow them, and if I tag them in things and blah blah blah. So sometimes people freak me out a little bit how open they are about, you know, their daily life on social media. With my health journey, I feel like that's sort of my business. And I really like to keep that stuff sort of up front, because I don't like anybody to think that I'm trying to hide anything. I didn't do anything that I should be ashamed of, because I don't believe living in the dark with a food addiction is healthy. And that's one of the reasons why I quit the last MLM that I was in, because it was getting entire, I'm not going to get upset. This is a truth bomb here, instead of it being a fat bomb, because we're not a keto channel anymore. No, I'm kidding. There's a lot of hypocrisy in health coaches that choose to go on social media and say, you should do this product, you should do this program that I'm claiming to not sell, but I am selling it because I'm making money at it, or else I wouldn't be doing this, right? And then them, not just if they have a weight problem, because you can have your food under control and still be heavier. That was me. But I got tired of constantly not lying, being in denial that I have, I don't know if you would call it a mental illness, but I'm not afraid to say that either. My food addiction goes beyond just I overeat. And I'm not even somebody who, like, if something bad happens, I want to eat a chocolate cake, or, you know, I was molested by my, you know, second generation uncle, so I'm going to eat my feelings and make sure that I'm fat so no man is attracted to me. Like, that never happened to me. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. That's not me, though. I like to eat when I'm bored, and I like to eat when I'm happy. And I like to eat when I'm unhappy. And I like to eat when I'm busy. And I like to eat. It just always was. Now, do I need therapy to try to figure that out? Maybe, but who the fuck's got that kind of time? Like, and I also, that's very painful. I mean, I don't know if it would be painful, actually. I've never gone to a therapist. I've gone to therapists for other things, but I've never gone to a therapist about my eating. So that might be in my future. I don't know. I've got health insurance. Shit. You know, whatever. But I also feel like I really want to try to do it with this medicine first. And then maybe if I have success with the medicine, I will feel confident enough to go into like therapy for my eating. And maybe I won't even need to. Maybe it really is just a chemical imbalance in my brain. Wouldn't that be fantastic if I just spit. If all of us just had a chemical imbalance in our brain, and we could just take a pill or you know, an injection or something like that. Which, by the way, the semaglutide, it does come in a pill form. I can't even get the standard Wegovy injection filled yet with my prescription, because my pharmacy is just like, no, we don't have it. And I'm like, all right, can I pick it up somewhere else? They're just like, we don't know where it is. Okay. So those were a lot of words for 26 minutes. I really didn't think this was going to be a 26-minute long video. And I'm also not going to edit too much. I'm going to edit out a couple of coughs. And I didn't even blot my face. But I do hate the shape of my head today. So I hope everybody has a great day. Again, I'm on day 17 of semaglutide or Ozempic, whatever you want to call it. I think my first video I said seglutamide. I don't know why. I transposed. And that's a really bad idea for a medical coder, to transpose any kind of medical term at all, because urethra and ureters, yeah, you got to be careful. Anyway, can you tell that we did the urinary tract system this week? Anyway, hope everybody has a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.